What's going on, people? Ryan Williams AFC back on YouTube. Yes, guys, I've taken a little break because, to be honest, I had a lot of other issues that I needed to sort out in my personal life. And yes, I'll probably make a video about it on my other channel. Please make sure you subscribe. What's wrong with me, man? I'm losing the plot. It's like I forgot to make videos here. Anyways, make sure you check out that channel. Links will be in the description, of course. But we are going to talk about Arsenal, as we always do here on Ryan Williams AFC. So, well, it's been a lot of news going out Arsenal, of course, as I haven't been, making any videos. I've been reading in the news, the whole pay cut situation, the whole Stan Kroenke's gonna allegedly inject money into the club. Ozil refusing to take a pay cut, as well as two other unnamed players. The whole Aubameyang fiasco, will he stay, will he go? The whole news, is Thomas Partey gonna come to Arsenal, is he not? We've got fans talking about, should we keep or sell Lacazette? It's been a mess. It's been a mess. And then the other day I'm reading about Willian. His interview talking about, well, he wouldn't mind going either to Arsenal or Tottenham because, of course, his contract runs out at the end of the season. And again, the most important thing, will the season continue or will it be cancelled / voided, whatever? Okay, we all know the conflicted reports about the Premier League officials are trying to continue the league somehow, shape or form. You're hearing about mutual grounds. I'm hearing the Emirates might be a suitable ground in one of the stadiums that have been named. In all these possibility rumours, again, it's all rumours right now. Everything you have to take with a pinch of salt. So let's start off with possibly the news that, personally, I'm only kind of looking into every day. And that's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Now, for me, listen, I've been an Arsenal fan for so many years now. And I've seen so many players go that pretty much broke my heart over the years. And as you get older, you're kind of just like, it's just the Arsenal thing to do. And it's so annoying to feel that way. You know what I mean? I think of guys like Ashley Cole. I think of guys like Fabregas, Adebayor, Sanya, Fabregas, Nasri, Sanchez. I'm telling you, there's been so many players. And then the worst thing about it is they've gone off and won league titles. Probably apart from Sanchez. But they've gone off and won league titles. And now we're here. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, now we're here. The man is 30 years old or going 31. And, with this whole COVID-19 situation right now, and I'm going to get onto the whole money injection rumor thing in a minute after this. And, what do we do? We've been waiting for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to sign a new contract. We don't know the actual situation here, because I can remember the whole Aaron Ramsey situation when I remember that I said we need to be keeping Ramsey and sending Ozil at that time. And then look, you know what I mean? And I hope it's not another situation where it's like the contract was there and they decided to take it away from him, because we saw that with Aaron Ramsey and then he ended up going to Juventus. So, what do we do with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang? Of course, my personal opinion, we need to be signing him. It's as simple as that. There's no way I don't know how, especially with this pandemic going on. Arsenal, as tight as they are because of the owners, and we'll get onto that in a second, as I keep saying, are going to be able to replace someone of that magnitude of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I mean, we haven't had a striker close to that since the man with the same number on the back of his shirt, not Theo Walcott. Of course, we're talking about the great man, the king, Thierry Henry. Okay? So, for me, it's a no-brainer. What is going on? We're hearing rumours that Chelsea might try and cash in and try to go for Arsenal's top striker. Like, why would we want to do that? Remember Van Persie? when he went to Manchester United and what happened that season when he went to Man United. So, honestly, I really do not see why Arsenal would do that. But again, as history will tell you, Arsenal will sell to anyone. So, if Arsenal was smart, they'll sign up Aubameyang and probably get someone else off the books. It's as simple as that. Do you know what I mean? We know about Mkhitaryan and Roma want him. Mkhitaryan seems to like Italy. He seems to want to go. But Arsenal, I say, just take your loss with that. Arsenal want 25 mil. Just sell him at a cut price deal. Fuck it. Who cares? Just get him off the books. It's as simple as that. Do you know what I mean? Mkhitaryan was on high wages anyways. We all know about El Nani. He wants to go as well. Do you know what I mean? So take your losses, man. Take your losses. It's as simple as that. So my thing is, again, you know, Aubameyang has to stay. That's that. So let's move on to another topic. Of course, the whole Kroenke cash injection thing. To be honest, I just think it's just another rumour. I'll believe it when I see it. We all know that the Arsenal staff have not done the furlong. You know, Liverpool done it, then they backtrack. Spurs done it, then they backtrack. A lot of clubs have furlonged their staff, and we only come out and just said, we're going to take a pay cut, etc. And I will get into the Ozil thing after this. So, I'm reading also during the weeks, I haven't been on YouTube, that there's going to be a cash injection, etc. of some sort from Stan Kroenke. Listen, I'll believe it when I see it, like I just said. This man has not invested a single penny in Arsenal Football Club since the takeover, and even a little bit before that, when the guy was a majority shareholder on the board. So, as far as I'm concerned, why now, Stan? Why now? I remember being at the kit launch at Arsenal, and I remember seeing a couple people with Kroenke out signs, and I even got a couple pictures of a few people as well. But nevertheless, I got to speak to those Arsenal fans themselves. They told me exactly the same things I've been saying as well. The owner must go. He ain't doing nothing. You know, we all saw what happened, the demise of Arsene Wenger, of course. And a lot of us were angry at that time. You know what? A lot of people have said comments. And let's have it right. And Arsene Wenger didn't need to go. And the thing that hurt most was the fact that they weren't backing him financially. And yes, we all know the new stage, la-di-da, we get it. All our best players got to go, blah, 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 blah. But hang on, when I think about it, Tottenham didn't really sell anyone. And look at how much their stadium's worth. Ironic, isn't it? Funnily enough, I mean, again, if you guys can challenge me, let me know in the comment section. But I don't believe it. This guy does not care about Arsenal. It's just another investment. And a lot of people I've noticed have lost all that energy. All that energy. Kroenke out, this, that, and a third. All that's just dimmered down. Do you know what I mean? There was a weak KDU. Like, what have they got to say on them? I haven't heard anything from them addressing the situation about Arsenal Football Club. And I'm sure Stan Kroenke's taking a hit, as well as everybody else's businesses around the whole world because of this whole pandemic. But I'm sorry, you've been avoiding Arsenal Football Club for the longest time. You'd rather concentrate on the Rams. Sell this club. Sell this club. Or just somehow all this cash injection story is actually real. But again, I'm a fan that just says, I believe it when I see it. Because personally, you haven't done nothing. You know, you send your son out here. Tedder lost earlier this season during the summer transfer window to be excited. Okay, Nicolas Pepe, cool. Kieran Tierney, cool. You know what I mean? David Luiz, I wasn't really happy with that. Do you know what I mean? The jury's still out on him. I know a lot of people kind of come around on him. Me, I'm just like, well, it's David Luiz. You get what you give him. Do you know what I mean? And this is the issue. We need proper players. The club need to start again. We got the likes of Newcastle getting takeover. Once that takeover is complete, and then they start bringing in players, top quality players, well, what's going to happen? That remains to be seen. We got Leicester. We got Wolves. You know, Sheffield United have gone up there. How much money are they going to get? Do you know what I mean? Or are they going to make an investment? No, their owners might not be as rich as us, but come on, man. Tight-ass owners. Same old Arsenal. Sell your best players and then you buy players for cheap. When are we going to stop living in the past with that model? Arsene Wenger's gone now. Okay? We have money. We're not using it. Arsenal needs to be saving their best players, like I said with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang previously. So why isn't this owner, yes, you have money. We know you have money. Is not backing this club because, again, we're just another investment to this man. So all these Arsenal fans that have kind of just sat down, wanted to go back into the little hole that we were all in for X amount of years. Some of us came out years ago and just started talking about Arsene Wenger, started talking about the Cronkies, this, that, and the third. And don't get me wrong, I still love and respect Arsene Wenger, but his time was up a very long time ago. And personally, he was covering the Cronkies for too long. And that's what hurt me the most, was the fact that he wouldn't leave and he kept protecting the board. And I hear that they're your bosses, they're your employers, I get it. But listen, man, you know, they either need to step it up or they got to go. Personally, my patience has already been gone. So they got to go. Prove to me this cash injection is real. That's all I can say, and it'll shut me up. But nothing will shut me up till they're gone. Simple as that. I know I'll keep going around in circles, but nah, I'm done. Look, I can't be asked for this Cronky stuff. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Like, do you believe this whole cash injection story that's been rumoured about Stan's going to put money in a club? And if it is, you know he's only going to just come to the staff and stuff. Do you know what I mean? That's my personal opinion. Do you really think that's added to the transfer budget? There was a rumour that Ralston, then he's come out and said we'd only be able to sell players and make swaps. There'll be no big money signings. Oh, whoop-de-doo. Well, just another story in Arsenal's forgotten history. Because since we've moved to the Emirates, it's been doom and gloom. Let's be real. Let's be real, you know. So, let's talk about Mesut Ozil as we're on this subject. Of course, him and two other Arsenal players have decided not to take a pay cut as well as the rest of the squad. And there was also rumours that most of the squad felt pressured into taking it. And listen, I'm not going to lie to you. As much as I don't rate Ozil anymore, and you've heard me berate it on this channel season after season, I don't blame him. I mean, I don't blame him. And it might sound crazy to some of you that feel it's selfish, but I'm sorry, but I can't trust these owners. You already heard me just rant about them for like 5 minutes. Can you trust these owners? And yes, a lot of people said, oh, yes, go to charity, this, that, and the third. And listen, I love what Ozil does outside of football, not on the pitch. And we're already, you know, as I digress. But I can't trust these owners. Because if that's the case, why is everyone taking a pay cut? Do you know what I mean? To help the staff and everything. I hear that, but Cronky's got money to pay that. You're not furlong in the staff. So, you know, why? And on top of that, if the cash injection is true, then why did the players need to take a pay cut? On top of that, where's that money going? Is it going to go to the transfers budget? Seriously, because we know we need to offload some players. Listen, we got rid of some dead wood last season, but there's still a lot more to go. We need a clear up. It still needs to continue. So for me, I need to know what's going on. And it's mad because what makes me laugh when you read this, when you read the story, that Mesut Ozil and two unknown Arsenal players have decided not to take a pay cut. The whole Arsenal fan base is onto Ozil automatically. Not everyone, but majority of them. And don't get me wrong, because the first thing when you think about is Mesut Ozil is he's lazy, He'd show up a lot of the games, especially on away days, etc. Because year in, year out, he hasn't been good enough. Let's be real. There's been times where Mesut Ozil puts on class performances, but it hasn't been at a consistent level. Let's be real. Let's be real. No Arsenal fan could put their hand on their heart and say that. And then, you know, we've got his super fans, and I hear that. Every player has their super fans, and they will defend them to the end. Do you know what I mean? But, come on, man. Let's be real. But take the man's attributes and career at Arsenal away from the situation at hand. And you use Mesut Ozil as a scapegoat, and we've been here before. You know, I'm not using Mesut Ozil as a scapegoat. I'm only a man that's recording and giving you my opinion on Ozil. I've just said, listen, he's finished. I've been saying that for 2.5 years now, maybe even longer. And you know, once you put him in a story negative to Arsenal fans will bite. That is the key. Why haven't we found out about the two other Arsenal players that have decided not to take a pay cut? Story, money. I'm telling you, what sells is anything negative against Arsenal, and especially Mesut Ozil. So, you know, back before, it used to be Arsene Wenger. So now he's gone. It's like, okay, Ozil. Do you know what I mean? So, bit of a pattern there, isn't it? But all I'm saying is, look, until we know the full extent of the details, because we all heard rumours that Mesut Ozil and his people want to know exactly where the money's going, etc., etc. And especially those two other unnamed assailants, Arsenal players, whatever you want to call them, well, they are the players, come on, are revealed, then, listen, jury's still up. As far as I'm concerned, you can't be all over Ozil and yet you don't know who the other people might be. It might be bloody Saka for all we know. It might be Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. You heard me at the beginning of the video on why we should keep Aubameyang. It might be Lacazette because everybody's on his head for some reason. Do you know what I mean? Me personally, I'll give you my thoughts towards the end of this video about should we keep or sell. And I'm going to go and do that actually, in fact. But again, we don't know who it is. It might be players that we love or players that we really don't like. So, as far as I'm concerned, until we know the full details of what's going on with Arsenal financially in terms of transfers, Kroenke's alleged cash injection, and the Mesut Ozil situation, and hell, Mesut Ozil even said he will give more money. He would. He even come and said that he would take a higher percentage. And let's be honest, guys. Since Mesut Ozil got that 350, that contract, okay? Since he got that contract, everyone's been onto him. And look, I even said it then, and I still stand by what I said. He didn't deserve that contract. That was a panic situation because we let Alexis walk to Manchester United and got Mkhitaryan sent the other way, just to not have the fans going in disarray. They just slapped that big money contract on Ozil. When really we could have bought a new DM or a centre back with that money. And look at the situation we're in now. Kind of ironic, isn't it? But like I said, I'm not getting at Ozil for this situation. I mean, I'd probably be wondering, okay, where's my money going? I'll be wondering like Ozil because, again, the owners haven't showed me absolutely nothing in my time I've been here. Yes, I've had that big money contract. And listen, you can't tell me you wouldn't take that contract. 350 mil coming from what? What was it? 120 mil a year? Come on, man. Get out of here. I'm not supporting Ozil. Do you know what I mean? I will support him as long as he wears the shirt until he's gone. But as far as I'm concerned, you can't tell me you wouldn't take his wage if you know you ain't been playing great and the board are feeding you this money. Anyone would take that money, especially right now. But look, the point is, I want to know who the other two Arsenal players that have decided not to take the pay cut, because I think it's kind of unfair. Just because it's Ozil, we know his football ability has been shocking, you know, in Arsenal colours. It's kind of unfair. That's all I have to say on that matter. The whole Thomas Partey news about Would he come? Would he go? There's other clubs available as well. Manchester United are another club. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know much because all I hear is, apparently his dad came on a radio station and said, we've been in talks with Arsenal, this, that, and the third. I've seen a lot of stuff on Twitter about Tommy Partney's incoming. It's going to be a party, etc., etc. I'm just like, yo, chill out, okay? Like, honestly, we don't know nothing, okay? Like, it's funny because I remember the whole Pepe situation and we were in for him last season. I didn't believe it for Jack. I didn't believe it, etc., etc., etc. But in the end, we ended up paying ridiculous amount for Nicolas Pepe. And we ended up getting Pepe. And look, could the same situation be with Thomas Partey? Probably not because of this pandemic. Probably not because of Arsenal. We know how they like to spend. And it's not exactly like, going to uptown shops. It's probably just going to the market down in Surrey Street in Croydon. Come on, let's be honest, okay? Now, we don't know. Me personally, we don't know. We all know Atletico Madrid are trying to extend Partey's contract. Some of us believe that, maybe all this transfer talk is just another way for him to get more money out of Atletico. And this brings me to my next thing. Alexander Lacazette. Now, a lot of Arsenal fans have been saying it's time to go. Not exactly as much as they've been saying for Stan Kroenke it's time to go. Actually, to be honest, I don't know. Because all that energy, because Lacazette has had a poor season, and I'll be honest, I put my hands up. I said, I don't know if Lacazette should stay. I even spoke to one of my friends about it a few weeks ago. I said, listen, for Lacazette's career himself, should we keep him? And we got guys like Nketiah, we got guys like Gabriel Martinelli who are coming up. And we are all crying for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to stay and hopefully be in that central position instead of that being out wide. But what does that do for Lacazette? Should we keep him? And again, there's speculation saying we should trade Lacazette for Thomas Partey. Listen, if that happens, I will have no problems, no qualms or anything. Because at the end of the day, we need a defensive midfielder. So if that means sacrificing Alexander Lacazette, fine. If we get good money for Lacazette, fine. But I'm sorry, do not sell Lacazette if there's nothing we're going to do with that money or it's going to be a dead signing for it. Simple as that. That's my personal opinion on Alexander Lacazette. Yes, he's had a poor season. And yes, I'm a little bit tongue-tied on should we keep him, should we sell. But personally, I wouldn't sell him if there's not a substantial offer in terms of either Partey or good money. And we're definitely going to get either Partey or someone of that ilk in that holding midfield position or a decent centre-back. A composed, strong centre-back. And I know we have a lot of centre-backs. We have probably about 7. And 2 are on loan this season. One's injured. One can't get back into the team. And the rest have just been a bit, meh. And the jury's still out on Pablo Mari because we haven't seen much of him either. So again, what do you do? What do you do? Do you keep Lacazette or do you sell him? Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section about Alexander Lacazette. Let me know your thoughts about the Mesut Ozil situation also. So, before we leave here, of course, I've made a little list, get my book, on Arsenal players who I would definitely keep and definitely sell. But for this video, these are players I'm going to sell. And then we're going to talk a little bit just before we go, of course. No, in fact, we'll save it for the next video, of course. We'll talk about the players that we're going to get rid of. And then I'll do another video for you guys on what should we do going forward. And, of course, Mikel Arteta for this season, the rest if it comes back, and well, next season. We'll see. So, anyways, the players I would personally get rid of is Hector Bellerin. Because, personally, I feel his time's pretty much up at Arsenal. Yes, I know he had a long injury. He got injured twice, and there was a little bit of this season where, you know, I remember the West Ham game, he had to get pulled out, etc. Then the whole Chelsea game, and we thought, oh my God, Bellerin might be back. And then after that, he just, just wasn't the same. I think it'd be better for him, and I think it'd be better for us. I feel Bellerin, you know, because of their injury, I don't think he'll be back to being that quick right back. And let's be honest, defensively, he wasn't all that anyways. I'm not trashing on Bellerin, but I just think we need better right back situation. I mean, my personal favourite right back goes back to Lauren. You know, I saw pretty much the end of Lee Dixon, like probably, 2 years of Lee Dixon. I know I've seen all the tapes and all the history of Lee Dixon. Lee Dixon was a good right back, but Lauren for me was my guy growing up. So I ain't seen no decent right back since then. Okay, Bakary Sagna was alright, but even then, like, come on. And Bellerin, look, he's just pace. It's just pace. I like Bellerin as a person, but sometimes he just pees me off. I've got to be honest, sometimes. But yeah, I think Bellerin has to go. We know my feelings on Granit Xhaka already. I know he's looked decent since Mikel Arteta's arrival. But I'm still, like Mustafi, who's also on this list, not confident in them and their abilities. Xhaka's too slow for me. I mean, yes, he has a good pass on him. Don't get it twisted. But I think we need to move on from Xhaka. I think Xhaka's just not as mobile as he should be. And yes, I know he has leader abilities, but I haven't seen much of that. Well, all of his career. Only recent, he started to pull up his socks and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I remember that we were scared comment. What captain says that? I know that was ages ago, and I know that was under Unai Emery, but who says that? I don't care who your manager is. You do not say that. And yes, I praise Xhaka for actually stepping up, but I've got to be honest, he's not going to be the answer to the league title in a few years. He's not going to be the answer in getting Champions League football. Because if you think about it, as soon as we had Xhaka, we haven't played Champions League football. So, again, this is my personal opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Mesut Ozil, we all know. I mean, I've already spoken about it enough times on this channel. So, yeah. Socrates, I think his time's up anyways. He's getting on a little bit. And let's be honest, don't get me wrong. He looked decent in the first half of his first season. Then it just went tips up. Personally, he's just too erratic for me. Yes, he's strong, commanding, but again, he's too erratic. Do you know what I'm saying? And of course, Kolasinac. And the only reason why I'll get rid of Kolasinac because I don't know, because to me it's a bit difficult because I look at the likes of Kieran Tierney. I see a lot of promise in Kieran Tierney. Yes, I know it's been his first season, and he did get injured in that West Ham game, and hell, we didn't see him. We didn't see him come back, of course, because of this whole pandemic situation. And Bukayo Saka's been doing a tremendous job at that left back covering role. So for me, I do feel, yeah, we probably do need another left back. But Kolasinac, I don't know, man. He's been injured a few times. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, that wage will look good to get off. Don't get it twisted. So, I think we'll probably have to move on from Kola. And, of course, maybe not, Alexander Lacazette. And the reason, again, like I put on this list, is, you know, it's not even so much this season. I've been thinking about this for a while. Even when we bring in Aubameyang, and I said, okay, so is Lacazette really going to sit on the bench? Or is Aubameyang and Lacazette going to be a duo, two up top? Because most teams ain't playing with two strikers no more. Do you know what I'm saying? You'll probably see that at Burnley. Do you know what I'm saying? But we're not doing that. And then we had to see Aubameyang and Lacazette. Aubameyang on the left, Lacazette through the middle. And don't get me wrong, it was working for a bit. But now we're missing more goals from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang through the middle. And Lacazette has been kind of hit and miss this season. Even when he had that injury in pre-season against Lyon. And then once he came back, he never looked the same. And then it was all destruction under Unai Emery. And then, yeah, he started to show up a little bit near towards the end of this, of some of this season before it was stopped. He started to come back into form, you know what I mean? But it just makes you wonder. I remember Wenger used to take him off 60, 70 minutes in his first season. I'd just be like, why? Was he not doing enough? Some games he wasn't. I still remember that Tottenham game. Oh my God, he hit the post. And I'll never, ever forget that. And then Tottenham fans still want to rub that bloody Aubameyang penalty in my face a season later. But let's be honest, man. Lacazette's not getting as much goals as we'd all loved and hoped he would. But do you guys still think Laka got what it takes to be up there? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Like I said, I'd only consider selling Lacazette if the money is right and we are going to buy a replacement in the central holding midfield role, or a cam that's a goal scoring cam. Again, when I said not to sell Ramsey, and look what happened. Look, some people are regretting what they're saying now. I know some people stuck to their word, and I get it. Ramsey did used to get injured quite a bit, but you can't tell me his last season was not awesome. And I still stand by it, saying if he didn't get injured at that Napoli game, then who knows? Maybe that Europa League final might have not been a battering. Who knows? But we'll never know now. We'll never know. Or a commanding centre-back. So again, it's what you want to do with that. So guys, thanks for checking out this video, of course. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I am going to be coming back to YouTube soon and make more videos as much as I can, of course. Just a few things I need to sort out. Make sure you subscribe to my other channel. I'll put the link in the description. And Arsenal fans, hit up the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on any of the topics I've covered today and just your thoughts in general. Alright guys, peace and stay safe, of course.